A thoughtful Thursday. So as this year begins, we are still reading our Bibles because it is our way of life and our lives are centered around God. As the year began, I was feeling very anxious for some reason. I couldn't really tell why. And so I prayed to God. I prayed for Him to quiet the noise that was in my mind. I prayed for Him to bring me into a season of stillness this year. I prayed for Him to bring me clarity where there was confusion. And I prayed for Him to bring me peace where there was pressure. And so I am back to Genesis. And as I was going through chapters 1 to 3, I was reminded of how when the serpent deceived Adam and Eve, that the first thing that they lost was a human relationship with each other. Because the Bible tells us that all of a sudden they felt vulnerable. They could see each other's nakedness and they started hiding each other's body, meaning that they lost trust for each other. And the second thing that they lost was intimacy with God. Because the Bible tells us that when God entered the garden and was calling upon Adam, instead of running towards God, they ran away from Him and they hid from Him, which gives us an impression that before this, when God had entered the garden and was calling upon them, they would run towards Him with excitement because then their lives was centered around God. But when sin entered the scene, not only did they lose trust for each other, but they also lost a relationship with God, an intimacy with God. And as a result of that, they were cast out of the garden, cast out of their very blessing, and cast out of their comfort. So as this year begins, I was just praying that we would examine our human relationships, especially with the people that we're supposed to be close to, people like family. That maybe if we have lost trust for each other, maybe it's time for us to examine our hearts. If maybe sin hadn't entered our hearts. Because if sin has entered our hearts, not only are we going to lose trust for each other, or are we going to lose trust for the person that is supposed to be closest to you, like family, but we are also going to lose a relationship and intimacy with God. And when we lose a relationship and intimacy with God, we might also be cast out of our very blessing and of our very comfortable life. Be still.